Assalamu alaikum students. We are going to continue the last topic that we have seen in the previous lecture is that we have nested classes in Java. In the last lecture, we have seen that nested classes are of two categories. One are of uh, static, static nested class and non-static nested classes. So among non-static nested classes, we have seen member inner class yesterday. Now today we are going to see the rest of the two. That means the local inner class anonymous inner class or local nested classes and anonymous nested class. And in the lateral part of this lecture, we are going to see static nested classes. So let us start with the local nested classes. Local nested classes. Local nested class are those classes which are inside the method of the outer class. What does that mean? Inside the method of outer class, say for example, we have class A, which will be our outer class. And within the class A, there's a method by the name of public, say, display. Public display. Within this method, we have one more class, say class B. And this class will have its own methods and members. So this is what we call as nested local inner class or local nested classes. So let us see how it can be implemented, how it can be invoked, and what are the ways of implementing it in our job. So let us take the first class that we are going to see. Let's make one file by the name of class outer. So we have taken one class as outer. So this outer class will act as our outer class for our example. Now, when we talk about this particular example or this particular concept, local inner class, we need to define the method where we are going to use the class where we are going to use where we are going to define the class inside that particular method. So let us do that first. So in order to do that, say for example, we have a void, say, get data, and this is, and after that we have public static void main, which will invoke this particular class. It will invoke this class, and that is differentiate it so that it will become more visible to you people. Then after, within method, say for example we have two numbers int num1 equivalent to 10 and int num2 equivalent to 20. And after this one, what we are going to use? We are going to use again class, say inner. Class inner will have its own block and will have its own methods. Say public void display. And within the public void display, we are using system.out.print. Summation of two numbers num1 plus num2. This is one separate class. This is a method. This is a class which is inside the method by the name of. And after that, let's make first the object of our outer class, how it will be. Outer O will be equivalent to new outer. Is it? So if we will do like this, O dot get data, it's okay for we people. It will run, but what it will show us, let's see. Nothing. That means void get data, these two things will get invoked, but this will not get invoked. This class will not get invoked by itself. However, we need to invoke it. We need to instate it. And how it can be instated? And within the local inner class, or where class is being defined inside a method, what we need, if we do like this particular thing, like we have in the other method, outer dot inner I will be equivalent to O dot new inner. It will throw an error. What kind of the error is this? Cannot find symbol class inner. Because that means it's not being visible outside of this method. That means scope and lifetime of this class will remain to this particular method. Might be you might be remembering the concept of the scope and the lifetime of a variable. At that time, I have discussed that if a particular member variable is being defined inside a class, its scope and lifetime will remain there. It will not be visible outside. Similar is with this particular case. It is not visible outside. It's not available outside. Then how to instate it? How to run this particular? In order to run it, we need to formulate one object by the name of inner. I will be equivalent to new inner. Okay. And with the help of this I dot display. What it when we are going to invoke this particular O dot the object dot get data, what it says, it will invoke this method. And after that, num1 equivalent to 10, num2 equivalent. This will not get invoked directly. However, when we are going to create an object of the type of this class and execute or instantiate this particular display function, it will get executed. So let's now run this particular file. So as you can see, the output is equivalent to 30. This is how local inner classes are being used, and local inner classes are being initiated or initiated. That means we cannot directly invoke from the outer. We cannot directly invoke. However, they need to invoke within the method of that particular. This is what we call as a local inner class. Hope that you got the concept of local inner class. Let us move to the second class, or second topic of the today's topic, that we are going to see as anonymous. Anonymous nested classes. Anonymous means there doesn't exist any name. In order to implement the concept of anonymous in Java, we have a keyword called abstract. How it can be implemented? The implementation, it will be like this. It will have abstract class E, and it will contain abstract methods. That means it will become a sort of a template for we people, that it's a class. We have these much of methods, but their definition is not being given here. However, when we are going to use class B, is it class B, and if we make an object of class A, comma, then it is mandatory to give definition to the abstract methods of that class. That means these methods which are available within the, if we are making an object, we are going to implement it with the all the methods should be given an definition, and then we are going to invoke. Let us see again the concept with the help of an example. So let's make one Java class by the name of abstract class, then finish. So let's delete this one. Let's delete this one. So we are going to implement the concept of abstract classes, and abstract classes can be written like this: abstract class second, and it will have abstract void get data. Okay, class demo.second is somewhere there. So let me say uh, duplicate, or class get. Okay, so we have a class get abstract, and we have abstract method as void get data. When, let's say, public static void main, where we are going to implement this as an entry point for we people, and we need to implement the above class, that is abstract classes. So let's make a class object of that particular class. Say get g equivalent to new get is a object method of writing down the object, but it shows me an error. What? Get is an abstract, cannot be instantiated. That means it cannot be instantiated. Get is, in order to avoid this particular error, we need to override the methods. And in order to override the methods, what we need to override the methods that are available in our get class. That is void get data, and we are going to give the definition to that. We are going like this: system.hello.print hello. I am defining now. Is it? So, but if we run this particular program, it will not show me anything. It will build successfully, but it will not show me anything, because this particular method is meant for creating the object and giving the definition of the functions that are being present within the abstract class. And in order to call this particular, what we need to call that g dot get data. Is it? Now if we are going to implement run this particular, now it will show me hello, I am also defining now. So this is how we are going to create an abstract, a short overview of how we are going to create an abstract class, how it can be implemented. These abstract classes are very much important within the concept of inheritance. When we talk about the inheritance, we are again going to see the concept of abstract class. But in today's lecture, we have taken this as a category of the nested classes, how it can be implemented within the other. Now there exists one more type of the classes that we are going to see today, is the nest static class or nested static class. Up to till what we have seen non-static class, but now we are going to use static nested class. Static nested class is a nested class which is a static member of the outer class. Listen this line carefully. Static inner class is a nested class which is static member of the outer class. That means it will not act as a separate thing, it will act as a member of our outer class where we are going to define. And it can be accessed without instantiating the outer class. That means we don't need to create an object of outer class. We can directly implement with the help of the inner objects. We can directly implement it. Let's see how we can implement it. That's the secondary part. But when we talk about the static class, static, just like static members, a static nested class does not have access to the instance variables and methods of the outer class. If we talk about the syntax of our static class, it will have, say, class demo, and it will have a static keyword in front of the class, say class inner, and after that it will have its definition. The instanting of static class is a bit different from instanting an inner class. Let us see the example by which it can be clear how to initiate or how to write down the classes of type static. So let us do the example regarding static class. So let us close this one and let's create one more example by the name of static inner. So let's hit the finish button. It will create a particular class for me. So let's do like public static void main first, so that is it. Now we have a static inner class as in our outer class, and let us write one more class. We call it as a static class. So static class inner will have its own functions, methods, and all those particular things. Say, let's say it has public void display, and within the public void display, what we are going to use? We are going to use simple system.out.println hello sir. See, now this is a static class inside this particular class. This is inner class, but it is of type static. The keyword static is in front of this. How to initiate it? What we are going to use? We are going to use the static inner dot the class inner I will be equivalent to new uh, outer. So outer is static inner dot inner object, and with the help of the I, we are going to have display method. So let's run this particular thing. Is it? So it becomes a hello sir. If in the previous, like we have other examples which we have seen, the outer class or like this, the inner class or nested classes like this, we have a class inner, we have a second inner class, and we are going to make it like this. If we are going to remove it, it will throw an error for me. But because the non-static variables cannot be referenced from a static concept, we need to implement it in a like that, so that the static members are being initiated to initiate the non-static member. Here what we are, it's a static member, so we are going to directly initiate. Hope you have understood the concept of the inner classes, how the types of inner classes works, what are the methods of initiating the inner classes, what is static inner class, and how it can be implemented. In the next lecture, we are going to see the more important concepts regarding Java, and inshallah, we are going to see the more and more examples related to our Java in the next coming lectures. Thank you very much.